Hi, welcome to Sharing with Susan B, telling stories from the heart. We're looking to inspire, telling stories of struggle, vulnerability, and lessons learned. Hi, welcome. I'm Susan Blaine. I'm here with Brenda Norman. Really excited to be sharing a conversation today with you. Brenda Norman is a senior consultant with Vectors Group. You specifically focus in business and community engagement, project development, and facilitation. Did I get that right?
That's right.
Good. Vectorsgroup.ca is the website. You can check out what they do. You went to McGill University and studied early childhood education, and you spent a lot of your career in education.
That's right.
And so just to review some of that, daycare education, we worked for a school board, special education, children's programs and workshops were some of the things that you did. And we couldn't get into how much volunteering you do because an indication of how much you do is you won the Governor General's Award for community development, which is amazing. And I love the fact that in the summertime, you work as a farmer.
That's right.
In agriculture. That's super cool. Tell us about what you're really passionate about these days.
So I'm really passionate about helping people live fully and completely, no matter what they're facing, but also bringing out the necessary skills and attitude and creativity in them, through them, to help them to become everything they want to be. So with the not-for-profit sector or with the social economy businesses, you have folks that have something on their heart and skills and creativity to make it happen. And so we help facilitate that. And that's one of the things that I personally am passionate about.
And I always like to ask people what their biggest business struggle has been, and what do you feel yours has been so far?
In being an entrepreneur, one of my challenges, I think about my age now. So all these years I have been an entrepreneur, but I've raised children and cared for many other families' children and been in a full-time job in education. And here I am now at the age of 56 going on 57 and super happy about that. So I sense this lack of inclusiveness on the ground of people of a certain age not being in this realm. Like, we're not cool, but in fact we're super cool and we have skills and knowledge to share.
And I think that that's part of you know, the work is sharing that and making that visible to people to maybe change those mindsets and those preconceived misconceptions, if you will. Let's talk a little bit more about on the personal side in terms of struggle, what you feel your biggest personal struggle has been. I know we talked about you had a lifelong friend not too long ago die in your arms. And you did CPR on them as well, and it helped for a bit?
Right. So basically, as I'm moving into Ottawa and settling in and networking and making my way and utilizing the skills that I've had to create this new version of myself in the not-for-profit sector and social economy businesses, I had this experience where I'm a farmer. I work very hard during the summer using my body, and then other times I'm hustling and bustling and doing things. And my friend, unfortunately, died while I was with him on New Year's Day. Jeez. I had decided, I told my family, I'm going to hang out with Paul this New Year's because I just feel that, you know, he needs to do something exciting. We went out to the casino, we danced, and we spent the whole day with him, and into the night we were going to do something together, and I came down to a call from his sister, and he was having something going on. So I picked him up, and they say that somehow we get this energy to be able to do what is necessary. And in that moment, what was necessary is I had to pick him up and position him so I could do CPR. And in doing that, he was over 200 pounds. It was only a few days later that we discovered that I had damaged my back. And so my whole life is up. I'm a farmer, so I have a big business plan on growing garlic myself, as I also advocate to make garlic a product of Canada, which is one of my goals as well, with a whole team of people.
We could do a whole show on that,
I found
Brenda.
myself in the position where not only am I reinventing myself in business here, but I am now, everything I've invested in my farm, I'm not able to physically do. Now, luckily, I found a solution, and our son is joining on for that. But what happened was I started to have all these doubts and all these things coming into my head. I was a child of divorced parents in the early 60s. You didn't see that. And I was maybe treated in ways by other families, and even the school system is like, that's the little girl that doesn't have a mom and dad at home and she lives with her father. And all these doubtful thoughts that other people had intruded on me, my person. So I guess they were behind the door, of which I might not have ever acknowledged before, but they weren't necessary to acknowledge because I was living in the now all my life and being able to be successful in everything I did. So here at this injured back, my friend is gone, and everything I was dreaming of as a farmer, aside from the entrepreneurship in Ottawa, what had collapsed.
In that moment.
Yes. So now these thoughts kept coming, and it's my brain that knows that, hey, these are just a thought. And you know the saying, you manifest what you think about, right?
Like what you think about, you bring about.
Right. You know, change your thoughts, change your life. And that might be overused now and almost becoming a trendy thing to say, but the reality is it's the real deal. Your thoughts become your life. So my mind and my thoughts were actually struggling with each other, where I knew better. It was like a pop-up ad on a computer, you know. You just need to exit and go to the positive work that you're doing on your computer screen. So I started to do that. So I had a period of time where all these intrusive thoughts of how I might have been labeled were popping into my head, and I could have chosen to be thinking about that, but rather I countered it, thankfully.
So lessons learned are, and I know you have this philosophy of, you know, your glass isn't half empty or half full, it's always full.
It's overflowing.
Yeah, it's overflowing. I love that. No matter what choice, we always have the choice, right, of being a victim or a victor.
Yes, this is
right. So I love
interpretation. I love it too. I'm going to use it.
What advice would you give your younger self, or a younger person, sort of beginning their journey? What would you share with them from the things that you've learned, the wisdom that you have?
I would tell myself to take action more on the ideas I had, or every time test them out. And not because I might have had fear about doing it, but it just, the timing didn't line up. And here I am with you, Susan. So maybe there was some fear there, but act on the things that come from your heart that are going to make this world a better place. In my work, all my work has been around helping to lift others. We rise by lifting others. So act on your ideas.
Can we do some rapid fire questions and have some fun?
Sure.
Some fun facts about Brenda Norman coming to you here. Who's your favorite superhero?
Wayne Dyer.
Wayne Dyer. Oh, I love that. Favorite food indulgence?
Spaghetti.
Oh, with or without meatballs?
With meatballs and lots of garlic, of course.
Of course. Someone you admire? Oh, Lord.
I'm going to say you, Susan.
Oh,
Am
that's
I
sweet.
allowed to say that?
You can.
Right now, that's how I've been feeling this last week after watching all your vlogs. You are so inspiring me.
Thank you. Something not too many people know about you?
Well, I love moss. I love being barefoot in the woods.
Well, we've got the moss background just for you.
There's lots of things that people don't know about me, but one thing for sure is I'm connected to source. I'm connected to nature, and that's what drives me as a human being. Mimicking nature really has been an impactful tool for me.
Lovely. What's something that always makes you smile?
A smile.
It's contagious.
Yes.
I love it. Do you have a favorite movie or book or quote?
Forrest Gump is my favorite movie, and
Good
my
one.
favorite quote is, "Be yourself, everyone else is taken." Oscar Wilde.
That's a good one. I love that. What's your definition of success in one sentence?
Taking the necessary steps to attain a goal and being able to be in a place no matter what the outcome is.
Where can you connect with Brenda Norman and learn more about her? She's got her own website too, brendanorman.ca, so check that out. She's on Instagram. I love your handle, Farm Girl Going on Instagram, and you're on Facebook and LinkedIn as Brenda Norman. So check her out and follow her. She's got great insight, and I appreciate you joining us here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Susan. Beautiful.